Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gap. That's Talitha. I am Travis. It is Wednesday. It's like the 22nd. Got a new regime headed into the second half of the millennia, whatever we're in. What is it, 2025? And there's an anniversary sign in the audience. But anyways, we're watching All Elite Wrestling, AEW. Will Ospreay.
Travis forgot where we were. What they're doing.
Kentucky.
They're in Knoxville, Tennessee tonight, and Walter is in the chat earlier. Chris is with us, and Samuel Gates. Walter says, hi, Travis. Hi, Daphne. AEW Dynamite. Good matches. Walter says, Daphne, they canceled Bingo today due to the weather, but at 9. I'm going. I'll be here Monday at 8 for Raw. Friday is movie night, but I will check on movie. Nice.
I feel like I'm watching Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, my God. Why does it look like such a dweeb?
Why does he have his hair cut like Dumb and Dumber? Like
why
Jim
does
Carrey.
he have it combed like Dumb and Dumber?
Well, that's what I was saying.
His haircut may not necessarily be, but it's the combing of it that looks terrible. Chris is like, hey guys, we survived the snowstorm here in Texas. Yeah, I was thinking about you.
Yeah, she was. She's thinking about you all week.
About a lot of you guys down south that are in our chat.
Were you one of the people
sure you guys were okay.
that were riding a picnic table upside down a snow hill?
I saw a lot of people in Houston.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, literally riding whatever they possibly could as sleds to go sledding.
Classic.
Sam McKay said, let's get ready to watch Tony Clown do what Tony Clown do. Cue the clown music. Picola is now in the chat, says, hey everyone, hey Picola. Chris says, snow's already melted off cars and some ice still on the roofs. Yeah, I'm sorry, I bet. Janelle is in the chat tonight. It says, hi, hello, Janelle, how's it going?
Ooh, look at this. Kenny Omega getting in
Not
the
the
same
unexpected
ring.
reinforcements. Chris says no, but yeah, I saw at the Miller Outdoor Theater in Houston, they went downhill with kayaks as well. Yeah, I saw a lot of people doing a lot of crazy stuff. You know, in Louisiana, they got like 7 to 8 inches in some areas of that area, so did Pensacola. And in Louisiana, down south, they were using their boats that they take out on the swamps and the Everglades, those boats with the big wind, the fans, and they were taking those on the snow. That's awesome. I'm like, that is fucking smart.
The big fan boats.
That's some fucking redneck shit for you right there. That's like shit you'd see around here if we had them. It's funny. Pickle says I'm going to be back and forth, have some chicken thighs I need to throw in the crockety pot. Damn. Isn't it late to be cooking chicken thighs in the
get
crock
done
pot?
Tomorrow morning?
Hopefully it's the Instant Pot you're putting those in. Or hopefully your crock pot is like an Instant Pot. Because otherwise you're going to be waiting a long time to eat. It's already 8 o'clock for you. That's midnight to eat. That's cray. So if you're really paying much attention to his forearm tattoo, the white part that's going up looks like a penis. Oh, okay. And I wasn't really paying attention, so I just kind of just saw it out of the corner of my eye and peripheral vision.
It could be his boyfriend's penis.
And I'm like, oh my god. Like, what the fuck? And it looks like something's grabbing the head of the penis like this.
Right.
I'm like, yeah.
That's a good way to grab it.
Chris says, and they are already off to a bad start. Oh, what? Yeah. This?
Come on, Kenny.
You don't like me, and I don't like... And Kenny's like, what do you mean I don't like you? I like you.
Stop. In the name of love.
I never said I don't like you.
Before you pray.
Not the last time that they faced each other in the ring rans. Anyways, we got Sophie in the chat. Hey, Sophie, how's it going? Says, hi, how are you? Great.
Hey, Sophie, what's new?
That guy has a North Face vest on, which is funny to me.
Of course he should.
But should he?
It's one of the best in the biz. You know why it's important?
The North Face?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Because the sun's always on the south.
Chris says apparently Saraya has broken up with whoever she was going out with. Herself, maybe?
Xavier Woods, probably.
Ooh. Probably.
They did some movies together.
Oh my god, people didn't even know that you existed, Will.
It's a pee and poo-poo conversation.
Number 1 and number 2. What did you have to do when you went to the bathroom? I had to do number 1. So if it says that Australia show won't be on pay-per-view, and it will be aired on like a 12-hour tape delay.
Who is? What is?
That Australia show that AEW is supposedly be doing, I think. Chris says no, Saraya was going out with her ring entrance music person.
Nice.
It sounded better that she was secretly going out with Xavier Woods, Chris. I'm going with that as my rumor. So yeah. She wasn't quite sure like if they really were compatible since the last time that they had their relationship, and so she wanted to try it out again, and she realized that he was just good for doing porn. That's my rumor, and I'm sticking with it. So if it says, did you hear Ricky Starks asked for his release today, and Britt Baker also could be on her way out of AEW?
Where the hell's Ricky Starks gonna go? TNA?
Probably.
He's like 4'7". They call him the Pebble or whatever. Oh, look at this.
Maybe he got a job at WWE. Maybe he told, what's his face?
So I get... It's hard for a company to build young stars when they have talent already on the roster.
Yeah.
And so WWE has the luxury of having NXT.
Right.
So they can build these guys up a little bit.
True.
But AEW has Ring of Honor, but they don't use it the same.
They don't.
At all. Like, Ring of Honor should be used for that. Their minor league system, like NXT. And not only that, but like Kyle Fletcher should have already been a star there and now coming into his own. So now you have to make Kyle Fletcher wrestle these legends, and all you're going to get is static from the purists and from the new fans. Nobody's going to like him. When in reality, he's an absolute star. But you don't know that because how would you? They don't do anything like that.
It's true.
When was the last time you heard his promo?
He has a promo?
Exactly. There's nothing.
Oh. Chris says that TK denied Ricky Stark's release.
Of course he did.
Vince
McMahon used to do the same thing. It's business. I agree. They shouldn't be released. I agreed with it when Vince was doing it. I'm not going to all of a sudden say, oh, look, Tony Khan's turning into Vince and I hate Vince. It's business. If you sign a contract, guess what? You signed a contract.
Chris says, but at least Kyle Fletcher is still over with real fans, but not mainstream fans.
Yeah. No, I like him. I really do. I mean, I rave on the guy. He needs to grow his hair back out, but yeah. Look at this. The Murder Hawk. No, not on that rail.
Oh, no.
Oh, he just set him up there.
Oh, no.
Oh, right to this dingaling.
Not the dingies.
He hit him in the dingaling.
Not the dinglings.
His woof dork.
So he says that Britt Baker is also interested in going to the WWE, but AEW is doing what Impact did by having former WWE talent in their storylines.
It's all right. You know, the Britt Baker thing is kind of... I'm on the fence with that. I think she'd be better off staying where she's at. Because I don't think she has what it takes to be on the main roster anymore.
No.
2 years ago, I do believe that she would have been... She would have easily been able to compete against the top.
Yes.
But she's just not that same person. She's not DMD.
Nope.
That's gone. She left.
The minute that she started going out with that loser face, all her career went downhill to the nothing. He literally ruined her career. Ruined it. So this isn't really a match or anything. They're just fighting each other and things are happening in the back and they're by the merch table and the merch table people are like, oh my god, why are you here? Like, don't ruin our table. We worked hard on this setup. I don't know. Kitty's like, I broke my spleen. Oh my god. Those poor people didn't do anything to you, Lance Archer. They just want to sell your shitty grub.
He is a murder hawk. They don't care. Remember the hawk we had out here that killed the duck?
No.
He didn't duck. He got nailed. And now he is food.
Chris says, I don't know. Fletcher out there looking like Sandman. He looks tough. I like this short hair. Sophie says, but at least Vince actually releases talent when there is no room on the budget, unlike Tony Khan.
Well, Tony Khan has money. He doesn't have to worry about that.
He
doesn't have the
money.
same overhead that Vince had. Vince had a tremendous amount of overhead. And he had to pay freaking shareholders, dividends and such. Where Tony Khan doesn't do that because it's privately owned by his Faja. It's not hemorrhaging money. And now he's got these new TV deals, so he's got plenty of money. As we're watching it on HBO Max right now. So I feel like this is like the middle of a show type of thing.
But it happened at the beginning.
I'm at the end of a show type of thing. You're kind of waiting for it to go off the air.
Right.
All right, well, we're done, guys. We appreciate you guys for watching.
Exactly.
Just kidding.
Chris says, yeah, Bliss versus DMD would be an old geriatric match at this point. It'd be like Edge versus Randy Orton laughing.
Right.
And Sophie says, see, ever since Triple H took over, a lot of AEW talent wants to go back or go the WWE for the first time in their careers. Yeah. Not necessarily. You don't know that.
I mean, it is.
They could all have wanted to go to WWE for their stuff, but they could have tried out and just not made it. It happens a lot, you know.
Triple H will take the riffraff.
Yeah,
like
he likes
some of
garbage,
these guys,
I've noticed.
But there's no way Vince would have taken it. Like 90% of these guys wouldn't have stood a chance in an interview with Vince McMahon.
Right.
Like the Pebble. Nobody wants Ricky Stark.
Thomas is in the chat. Hey, Thomas says, hey guys, what's up? Oh, not much. Just hanging out watching some wrestling.
Logan Paul going to be there on Monday night.
Sophie says, no plans for Bliss return got scrapped. She was rumored to return on January 13th and be involved with the Wyatt 6 storyline.
That story, I'm not just being a dick, but that story, it's over.
Why? They have a
They need to cut bait, delete all those people, get them out of there. I think that guy just literally landed on.
Why would they need anybody else?
Did he just literally jump off there and land on his feet?
Who?
Will Ospreay jumped off the top up there.
He might have.
I don't think anybody was down there. Maybe Lance Archer
might have helped him. By not letting him die.
They might need to show us that in an instant replay.
Can we rewind it?
Maybe.
I'm kidding.
I don't know how this works. Look at they're teaming them up. They forced them together. These two hated each other just 15 minutes ago. Short minutes ago. And now we've got this.
He really hated him. We saw it all. So much seeing.
Ew, they wants to kill him.
In the Australia.
You're supposed to do it in 9 feet. I just watched the thing about it.
He's got ideas. Rebecca's in the chat. Hey, Rebecca says, hey, yo, is it just me or is Feb sooner than we expected?
No, trust me. This year's going to fly by. This January lasted longer than last January, is all I have to say. It does feel a little bit longer than last year.
That's good, I guess.
But in just 2 short weeks, we're going to be watching the Royal Rumble. Actually, it's like a week and a half. Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita. He called him a young boy.
My young boy, Takeshita. So it says to see a lot of AEW fans are starting to turn on AEW. And Thomas says Joe Hendry is the new TNA World Champion. All is right with the world.
I saw that. Wait, I think we already talked about that too. But
we talked about it on Monday, but Thomas might not have been
oh,
here. But yeah, we talked about it. Travis did watch that pay-per-view this weekend.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Chris says last night in NXT, Cora Jade and Dumb Roxy had Dominic Mysterio heat. I'd say Dom get rid of Liv and get with Cora Jade. They'd have some much better heat than man trash in-ring fans hopping barricades, LOL.
Yeah, that's the new thing now. I think everybody is treated like Dominic. I mean, we saw it even with the Bloodline storyline the other day with Solo.
What's funny, though, is that she just kept talking.
Yeah,
so you had no idea what she said, which was even better.
Well, we did. They didn't.
I mean, well, I didn't hear a lot of it because I wasn't paying attention. But
yeah, I mean,
when I did pay attention, I was like, you can barely hear her over the booing.
Like, if you... I mean, it's happened to Vince several thousand times in his career. Vince would just keep talking. But people really wanted to hear what Vince had to say, so it's hard to chant CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk, or boo, because you want to hear what's going on, and if you're talking, you can't hear.
Right.
And, we just got that last night. Obviously, the audience didn't give a fuck what she had to say, no matter what she had to say. They're going to have to go home and watch it and say, oh, that's what she was talking about. Because there's no way they heard her.
Oh, no. Not even a little bit.
I'm just glad that the Petrovich won. She won that match that she had.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh. With the gangster girl or whatever.
Oh, yeah, that's
right. Although I think I like that girl's, I just didn't know it was her. I can't remember her name, though.
I guess I don't know which one you're...
She's kind of like a gangster girl.
Gangster girl. That was in NXT?
Yeah, she is in NXT. She was fighting last
The
night
one from South America?
No, none of the cool ones.
Oh.
None of the two new ones. Not Gulia or Valcora or whatever her name is.
Okay.
It's another girl. I don't know what her name is. I want to say Candace, but I could be wrong. I believe in Joe Hendry. I think it's that girl, but I don't know what her name is.
Yeah, I don't. No idea. Sophie says Britt Baker was on an episode of Raw in 16 or 17 because the last time Bliss was on WWE TV, she was seen with Uncle Howdy. Chris says, Roxy had go away heat. And LOL, Petrovic needs to dump Ashante Adonis. Chris says, Jada Parker, maybe?
I think that's her name. Is she kind of like she talks like a gangster? Like Section 8 housing?
So, is that guy next to him growing out his hair so he doesn't see? I don't understand what's happening.
He's starting to look like some weird dog.
It's like, so who's the homeless person? And why is he there? Chris says Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson.
Miss Jackson to you.
Miss Jackson, Chris. That's Miss Jackson. Thank you very much. Vindicator says, hello, everyone. Hey, Delitha, Travis, how's it going in Gavville? Everything's great, I guess.
Fan-damn-tastic.
Fantasticals with testicles. Sophie says it is interesting they are putting Saturday night's main event and the Royal Rumble on back-to-back weekends.
You know, Sophie, if you don't know this, NBC has... WWE has zero input on when they are. Saturday night main events are. That is set up by NBC.
Yeah.
So NBC put them up against AEW's All In. WWE had, no say. They were like, oh shit, well, I guess we gotta do it. I mean, obviously, I'm sure they have, on the schedule, look, we can't do it during a pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that... Nothing they can do about it. So the schedule's going to happen like that here and there.
Vindicator says it's great to see my wish of Omega and Ospreay teaming up finally happening. Hope it's not just a one-off. It will because they hate each other.
Yeah, they didn't like each other 15 minutes before that.
Yeah.
Vicious attack by
Will
Don
got
Callis.
viciously attacked by that guy, and
Dan
then
Callis
things
family.
happened, and then Omega supposedly had to help, but he didn't really need to, but he got his nose involved in it anyways. Chris says, oh shit, new Hurt Business merch. It's the Hurt Syndicate, sir. The Hurt Syndicate. Tag team match for the titles? Maybe. Titles are on the line, I heard. Some guy screamed up from the sideline. Sophie says, do you think AJ Styles will appear on a TNA pay-per-view again? I know he has done it before.
In Chelsea we trust.
Yeah, I have no idea, Sophie. Travis, thoughts?
No idea. Who is this?
Do I need to reread the...
Yeah, I have no idea what you're saying.
Do you think AJ Styles will appear on a TNA pay-per-view again? I know he has done it before.
No. Unless, literally, he goes to NXT and there's some sort of storyline. I just don't see how they could plan it. Because TNA, unless, obviously, he quits. Like, he leaves WWE after his contract's up.
Right.
But the TNA deal is with NXT. And plus, who would you have him wrestle? Just Joe? I don't know who his biggest rival was. The Dapper Yapper. World Tag Team Championship.
World Tag Team Championship.
Not MVP.
Chris says, damn it, where is Taya Valkyrie? We haven't seen her rack in a long time.
I know,
Maybe on
it's
Collision.
missed.
I haven't seen in a couple of weeks. I know she was with that Deonna Purrazzo girl. Yeah. And Sophie says, we know we are getting Roxana versus Bailey at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
Not Roxy.
Trash.
Rebecca's like, here, your pooch. Yeah, that's old
barking.
welly pants out there.
Is this happening now?
Yes. It's a tag team title match. The titles are on the line right now.
So they're going to have the titles change hands in the first match of the night?
No. The Hurt Syndicate's not going to win.
How do they not?
I don't know.
Who interferes? Who have they been attacking?
I don't know. I just feel like they're not going to win.
Who have they been attacking?
Swerve. Swerve's going to say something.
I don't think they've been fighting with Swerve, have they? I don't remember fighting with Swerve.
Chris says Corey Graves was playing it safe on his commentary last night on NXT. He phoned it in.
I saw that. And they still had Booker T, damn it. I was like, damn it.
They had the other guy, too.
Well, of course.
All three of them.
Corey's not going to do it by himself. Yeah, I knew the other
They're
guy.
like, you are on a pip, my friend.
Right. That's pitcher and pitcher.
Vindicator says also AEW staging is so much better than that other place, and yet they make far less money.
Yeah, way less.
What do you mean staging?
The
Are you talking about like their garbage on the outside, like their stupid shit? It's weird.
maybe their overhead, their lights.
Maybe they shouldn't waste so much money on stupid shit. Looks like a waste of money to me. Looks like he just likes to throw his dad's money around.
It looks like he just likes to throw his dad's money around.
So it says the place that is holding the Royal Rumble is in talks for the 27 Mania. Brandon Stevens in the chat. Hey, Brandon says, hey, Wrestling Gab. Hello. Sophie says, do you think we could get a London WrestleMania in 2028?
I don't see why you couldn't. I think you could get a WrestleMania almost anywhere, to be honest.
I think they should have it in somebody's backyard.
They could.
The bayous of Louisiana.
Right, with the gators.
Just have it right in the middle of the gator patch in the Everglades.
Gators and the snakes and the bugs.
The height of summer.
Right. Like if you fall in, it's over.
Basically.
Shit, look at him, he snapped him by his weave.
They should have the Royal Rumble there. Once you're over the top rope, you're just done for.
Right.
Like, you're out of the business.
Gator bait!
Like, that's the way they're going to get rid of their people. Chris says, yeah, they need Booker T because he has to groom Roxy on commentary. That's why I'm laughing.
Ew.
It's so creepy! He is a creep on commentary with her. It's very ick. It gives a lot of ick factor. Lots of ick factor.
Bobby just threw his guy like 7 feet.
He's like, Benjamin's like, I threw mine right there. He's like, I threw my clear over there back into the audience. He needs a ticket.
Do you have a ticket to be here?
I'm sorry, we have to remove you because security said that you couldn't be here anymore.
Bobby. Well, you gotta kill people, Bobby.
Sophie says, do you think this WWE TNA partnership will involve WWE buying TNA at some point?
Yes, I honestly do. I think it's gonna have something to do with that. I don't know if they'll keep it or just bring people in and get rid of people, or if they'll
just.
I know that they've been wanting to do
them
another minor leagues, like an even more minor league.
Right, the very beginnings,
yes.
The start of the starts.
Right, like basically work camp, boot camp stuff, and it would work. This guy's an interesting dude. That real time with Bill Maher.
Right.
Because he is a liberal. Like, you can't get around that.
Oh, no, he's totally.
But he will.
Like, down to his core of gross.
But he will attack him. Like, look, you're ruining my party. Like, fucking figure it out. Somebody also says they have been building this Roxy versus Bayley feud that could lead into a Mania match. Ew,
Chris says,
for what? No, they don't just have random matches on Mania for women. They've never done that. It would have to be for something. There would have to be a title or something on the line. Would be my guess.
Right.
Unless they do a pre-show match with them.
Chris says, did you also see that Izzy Dame on NXT? Travis, she tall, blonde. She goes out with Braun Breaker.
No, I didn't see her. I mean, I
didn't see any tall.
I watched the show,
lady.
but I didn't see any tall blondes.
Sophie says, so that AEW show will be on at 2:30 a.m. on February 16th.
Ouch.
I will not be watching it. It's not worth my time to get up and watch any of that garbage.
Get up? It's midnight.
It's 2:30 a.m.
Eastern.
Yeah, I'm still not going to get up.
You don't have to get up.
Yeah, I would.
You're going to bed.
Go to bed at 9 o'clock. And not get up.
Yeah.
Period.
Ever again.
Just because you want to.
I just want to hear him say, mate. Crikey.
That's not how they talk.
Yeah, of course they do.
I don't think so.
They talk about Barbies a lot. And
Ew.
Shrimp.
Why would they talk about shrimp so much? Sounds weird.
Put another shrimp on the bob.
I think you're just making up stuff.
And Foster's. They mention Foster's a lot.
Do they?
Yeah, just in random sentences.
Sophie says WWE is doing the WrestleMania kickoff event that they did last year in Vegas and New Orleans on Super Bowl weekend. Chris said...
It's a good idea.
I didn't know if you had something else to say, sorry.
No, you're fine.
Chris says we need some Harley Cameron tonight.
We sure do.
I want her to come out and stab somebody. And then Sophie says, I heard if you watch Raw on the replay, they censored the crowds.
Huh, that's weird.
Chris also
the
said...
WWE would do that.
Chris also says we haven't seen Anna Jay ever since she lost her Mariah May title match.
Yeah. Anna Jay goes away for months and months at a time. I don't know what happens to her. Hopefully these guys' contracts aren't like per match paychecks.
Right. they probably can't have her on there because they have that quitter piece of shit on there all the time. Gotta give her all the,
She is the
time
television
on the TV.
champion.
Gotta give her all the TV time because, everybody wants to see that garbage come across their television. Yuck. Oh my god, hurry up! Oh,
there's the
look,
tag.
He finally got a tag. He can't even
look
do
like
anything.
a hot
He's all
tag.
broken. He's like, thanks for tagging me. I don't think I can do it, though. I'm kind of broken.
I feel like Bobby should have already won. He just has this anchor on his side. Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah, and his stupid shorts.
And his stupid shorts.
This guy's having a seizure in the fucking thing.
Right in his lower back.
He's like, I'm having a seizure.
With his Freddie Mercury tank top on.
Chris says now Julia Hart is back. She should take back title from Quitter.
Yeah.
Spit in her face. See how she likes it.
She'd love it, I bet.
Because she's not cool.
Are they going to do it? They're the champions. What the fuck? Are they going to do it? You don't say that when the champions are going to
I thought he meant a sex celebration.
Yes. That's what he meant.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised who was saying it. Was that Sockface that was all excited about it? Not surprising he would say things like that.
I don't even know who's over there right now. I mean, obviously MVP's talking right now.
I have no idea either, but P-Cola is probably playing with his chicken, and he hasn't been in here for like 25,000 minutes.
It's quite a few minutes. Oh, God, there's the spear. Rolled through at the end. Greatest spear in the wrestling.
Chris says also Sheeta and Thunder Rosa are off TV as well.
You know, Sheeta goes away for a long time, too. She might go back to Japan and do wrestling or something, but I thought Rosa just wrestled. Doesn't
she around like...
Doesn't she have a championship match coming up in Australia?
That, and wasn't she all being all mean to people from the audience at one time? And she was like, bah ha ha ha, that person's better. Can't remember what it was.
Oh.
She had a sign or something.
She was in the audience. Yeah.
Then she had a sign for like the other opponent or something.
Come on, Bob. There it is. New champions.
Sophie says, with Roman, Cody, and Logan, do you think we will have a 3-hour Raw?
No.
They're like, you know what? We don't want this black team to have it. We want the other black team to have it. They're better. They're not partiers. They're the Hurt Syndicate.
Click here for an upgrade. Well, who didn't see that coming?
They're like, so these guys are your beginning people in your game, and these guys are the ones that got all the stats when you leveled up multiple times.
Bobby.
Sophie says, I'm liking that we only have like 1 or 2 females announced for the Rumble. That opens the spot for 28 surprises.
And hopefully they're all surprises too, like people we've never heard of before.
Ooh, like who? Because we've never heard of them. How would we know?
Exactly. I'm talking about like just randos coming out of nowhere.
The Bayou guys, like, it's okay, you guys. Private
it's okay
party.
to lose to WWE guys.
Chris says new champs, baby.
Yeah! Bobby Lashley, didn't take him long to get championship gold in AEW.
I think it's kind of losery, though, that he went after fucking tag team titles. Like, ugh, seriously.
That's a fact. That's a fact. When do you think she's going to tell a lie?
I have no idea. I didn't know she could. Vindicator says, I thought they would wait for a pay-per-view to crown the Hurt guys, but I guess it's better this way. Hopefully they will get to face Omega and Osprey.
Yeah, maybe. That'll be a minute, I would assume, if they even stay together. Since they already have a feud going with the Callis family.
Yeah, what are they going to do? Have 4 feuds going? It's a lot of storytelling they need to work on.
Is there a woman even on her level in this company?
I don't know.
I guess it's got to be Tony. She's back.
being Tony or just being weird still?
Well, she's still weird, but she won, remember?
Yeah, she's against her at the Australia thing, which we knew was going to happen.
She looks like the nerdiest kid at school ever.
Harley Cameron.
Oh, there's Harley.
Hello, who are you?
She went way Australian there. Is she from there too? She sure sounded like it if she was faking that accent.
I think she is. I think they all knew each other or something. Anyway, Sophie said TNA will be doing a taping at NXT former home Full Sail in February. Vindicator says Storm looks even prettier with her straight hairstyle. And Chris says Harley! Exclamation points.
Yes, we did get a Harley.
And Sophie says with a 2.5-hour show, people can actually enjoy whatever for the rest of the night.
Exactly. I'm okay with the 2.5. It's so much better than 3. It's surprisingly better than 3 because that main event starts right at the end of the second hour.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like, oh, I have to sit through that. But sometimes it's a decent match. Like this last week, it wasn't so bad.
Sophie also says the men's rumble will have like 6 or 7 names in it.
Yeah, I mean, the last few years, Vince didn't name anybody. Like, when we went into the Rumble, we almost had no idea who was going to be in there. Do you remember the old days when they had, like, the thing, and it was, like, bingo, and they'd roll it, and you had to, like, draw balls, and people would walk out and be like, oh, I got number blah, blah.
Yeah, why don't they do that anymore? Sharks, that's stupid. Or not tell anybody what the ball they got.
Yeah, they walk off and be like, or they smile, or they go like, ah, shit.
And then go around telling people a number, and it's not really the number they got, and then everybody else is like, oh my god, they're coming out, and then they don't, and they're like, what the fuck? And then it's a surprise when they really do come out.
That's never happened.
And they think, oh my god, that person isn't going to come out, and oh my god, there they are, we thought they were dead. But they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they should do that. Have great ideas.
That's great booking.
Chris says, I'm surprised not one C word by Tony and Harley. LOL, that's what Aussies always say. Actually, I've heard it more from English people, but yeah. Sophie says it'll be interesting how Triple H books Sha. Oh, Charlotte.
Hopefully she gets a title shot ASAP, or she wins the freaking Rumble. I don't really want her to win the Rumble because she doesn't need to. I think she can win Elimination Chamber. But either way, I'm good. But she'll be wrestling at Mania for Tiffany Stratton's title anyway, so it really doesn't matter how she gets there. You gonna watch 3-on-3 women's basketball?
God, no. I don't want to watch anything
You
with
have
that
to
dumb
support
back
women's
in it.
sports!
I'm not fucking watch that crap.
You're a woman.
I don't give a shit. I'm not
All
watching that
women
dumb cow.
should watch women's sports.
Nope. I'm not watching any of those stupid bitches. Sophie says we haven't seen Shar on WWE TV since December 23, and the landscape of the women's divisions have changed a lot since her absence.
Really? You think it's changed a lot? I mean, obviously it's not very good, but it's not like it's changed a lot. You still don't get to see a lot of women's matches.
Let's see a lot change.
Yeah, what do you see that's
What do you consider a lot of change?
Other than the names, it's still a bunch of nothing. Like they don't show women's matches, and when they do, they have to be.
Yeah, what landscape of the women's division? And if you say, well, they added mid-card titles, I don't consider that a change in the landscape.
No, I mean the only thing I can think of is maybe they've added some women, but none of that are with talent. like any good ones, right? Like they haven't brought in a girl that you're like, oh fuck. Like in NXT, they brought in Gulia and then Valcor.
Yeah.
They haven't done that to the main roster. They haven't brought up somebody and you're like, ooh. Now Kiana James is coming back. That could change the game. That could change the landscape.
So much landscaping.
Kiana James, bitch.
And Chris says, yeah, Shotzi in NXT is not a landscape change. And Sophie says, I'm kind of surprised Netflix is also okay with a 2.5-hour show with the amount of money they bought for Raw.
Hey, as long as people are watching. Trust me, they're going to lose people if they go longer than 2.5 hours. Her name's Karen.
What's even funnier is if you put her and what's his face next to each other, Bruce Jenner in his woman form, they look almost identical.
Nice. Maybe it is him.
Maybe. Excuse me. Vindicator says, so Travis, as much as I don't actually care, but because I respect your knowledge, who are you picking to win that that Rumble Crown Royal event thing, a magic or whatever it's called? Well, considering that there isn't very many people in it,
I mean, obviously,
who knows?
You're going to get a Final Four, I would assume, of your top people, right? Like, so you're going to get Charlotte. We're talking about women, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Charlotte, Becky, and then Bianca, and then maybe Liv Morgan would be in your top 4 at the end, would be my guess. Write that down, just in case.
What is that?
No, you don't have to really write it down. Just remember it, everybody at home. I said Bianca, Charlotte, Becky, and Liv Morgan in the Final 4.
Ew, gross. Let's see. Sophie said, at least we don't hear that much about rewrites during the show on Raw or SmackDown, unlike what we heard when Vince was in charge. Yeah, you know what happens instead, Sophie? They just let it go through what they did, and then they literally make it so it never existed. They drop it and they run away from it as fast as possible. That's how your other Tony Khan does it. I mean Triple H. That's how he does it. It's kind of the same thing. He lets it play out to a point and then he just drops it. And there's never an ending to it. It just doesn't end. It's just there. So you have no idea what's happening.
Don't get in the gutter with your
I don't
opponent.
understand why we have to fucking listen to this guy talk every single fucking week. Ugh, I'm sick and tired of this guy. I hate him so much. Chris is like, what is this babyface BS with Jeff Jarrett? The indicator says, well, looks like we're back in Jarrett's world. Whatever, I'll take it over Jericho. I would rather have fucking Jericho out there talking, hi guys. At least he has people come out and do something else. This guy just babbles out of his butthole. Sophie says, Emmett, when Charlotte comes back, she has a few new opponents, like Tiffany, Liv, Nia, Chelsea Green.
She already whooped the shit
I
out
don't
of
know
Liv.
I don't know if I'd really consider that a landscape change.
Yeah, I mean, Liv, she whooped Liv and made Liv leave. Remember when she quit? Liv?
Oh, no, not a quitter.
Yeah.
Not Liv. Crybaby.
But
Vindicator says, and what about the other gender? I hear Phillip could win that one.
Dude, I mean, seriously. Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins.
John Cena is going to win
John Cena, Ric Flair's in it. There's a lot of heavy hitters. Well, rumored John Cena.
Pico is going for some really good 4s on his women's roster. I like it. His final 4 are She-Ra, Strawberry Shortcake, Smurfette, and Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy might fuck them all up, though.
She would.
I'm just saying, she's definitely the dark horse in that group.
I mean, if any of them even look sideways at Kermit. Kermit! They would be dead. Literally dead. She would put him through a wood chipper.
If Kermit's on the mic, if he's calling the match, Yeah, and one like strawberry shortcake just glances.
Oh my God, she's gonna strawberry short her cake.
She might just fucking eat her.
Well, she would because she's just strawberry shortcake and she's a pig, so
Right.
it would make sense.
So wait a second. Make it make sense. Hurry.
Why?
Go.
Why is this happening?
What the fuck?
Is it because he's going after the title? That's why. It's because he wants the title.
Thank you for making it make sense a little bit. Still terrible.
Oh no!
So Jeff Jarrett has to wrestle Claudio.
Plus others. That'd be just him. Rebecca says, who is worse, Willow or JJ? Well, I would say Jarrett because I have to listen to him talk. Most of the time, Willow doesn't get to talk. She just goes out there and looks stupid. Sophie says, we know Asuka and Becky Lynch will both be back soon. Who do you have pick for the final 4 men in the Rumble this year? This question is for everyone.
Yeah, I would probably go with CM Punk. Seth Rollins. Drew McIntyre, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Has Drew been fighting with anybody?
Mm-hmm. Everybody.
Jey Uso.
He's probably going to have a fight with Sammy here pretty soon, too.
And they're going to put Jey Uso in that final. They'll probably put Jey Uso in the final 2 just to get people excited. They'll lose, but...
Chris says, can you believe some other streamers hate Jericho? It's like night and day. But I'm with you guys. I like Jericho. Still, he's funny. I just like it because he comes up with weird-ass gimmicks, dude. And sometimes he's annoying. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's fucking annoying as fuck.
Can be.
But
I don't find him annoying.
You just made the list! I mean, fuck, that shit's golden.
It'll never go out of business. Like, out of
His
style.
fucking shit of, hi, guys! And he's all weird. You're just like, oh my God, what is wrong with him?
Look at that. Next week, we get the dream match we've all wanted.
Jeff Jarrett
and Claudio Castagnoli.
Ooh.
Dog jizz.
Dog jizz. Perfect.
If anybody doesn't know what the dog jizz statement is, it is from, what is that show called? National Lampoon's...
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called.
National Lampoons?
I'm pretty sure they did it. But it's the college one.
Yeah.
The Burt Kreischer story.
Mm-hmm. Van Wilder.
Van Wilder. Pretty sure. I thought it was, at least. Maybe I'm wrong.
Could be. Sophie says mine would be CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and John Cena.
I forgot Roman Reigns was even in it.
Piccolo says, keep it PG now. I did. I said that Miss Piggy would eat strawberry shortcake because she's cake.
Right, and then who was the
I mean, her, like her whole
was
thing.
one of them a Care Bear?
She-Ra and Smurfette.
Well, Smurfette's too small. There again, that's like Bliss or something.
Have Liv. She's like the Liv of the group.
Yeah, so she'll go. And then, I don't know, Miss Piggy and She-Ra, that would be epic. It would really come down to, is She-Ra, like, she's a normal person too, right?
Yeah.
But she's in her She-Ra form.
Well, if she's called She-Ra, then yes.
So, yeah, so what would happen, I think, is that she would obviously have the advantage, strength and everything. And Piggy would be in a lot of trouble, but you would get some outside interference.
Not just that, but I think She-Ra wouldn't be able to do it because she's all for the greater good.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, so she's going to look at Kermie, and she's going to be distracted by his form, his sex appeal.
I guess.
And then Piggy's just going to lift her feet, and she'll fall out of the ring.
Oh, there you go.
And she won't be able to use her sword, so there's that.
So because sometimes Vince rewrites the show during the shows. We don't have the full WWE pay-per-view schedule for 25 yet, and the last time Charlotte was around, I don't think Triple H was fully in creative yet.
Is there any more pay-per-views coming out? Like, have we heard any new ones? I've seen some fake rumors on the internet that were hilarious. They got me all excited.
Nice.
But they were fake.
Nice. Those are bots. Beagle says Skeletor, Fraggle Rock, Jughead, and Antonio Banderas, a.k.a. Puss in Boots. For the other side.
That's a good one, too. Who was the first two?
Skeletor, Fraggle Rock.
Yeah, but who's Fraggle Rock? That's not a dude. There's like 50 of them.
Are you talking about a specific Fraggle Rock character?
Do any of them have names? I just know, like, I used to watch that shit. I hated that. All Jim Henson's shit always creeps me out. All of it, by the way. But those ones are worse than any of the other ones because they're all creepy and they live in a wall. You ever seen Fraggle Rock?
Unfortunately, I've seen parts of it.
Yeah. So
as an adult, thank God.
There's a dog and a human that live in an apartment, and there's a hole in the wall, and on the other side of that hole is the Fraggle Rock. That's what.
Or the rats.
Yeah.
They're rats.
Yeah.
They're just rats. It's part of New York City, and they try to make them cool, but they're like, it's rats. It's fine. Sophie's like, AEW won't release their pay-per-view schedule because they don't want the WWE to mess with it like they have done many times. Sophie says, this year's Men's Rumble, I won't be mad at whoever wins.
The men's? I don't actually care about the men's.
Were you mad about the last ones?
The men's, like, I don't know. As long as Ric Flair wins, I'll be okay.
People is laughing. Sophie says, people compare to how bad AEW is to the 17 to 19 episodes of Raw. Sorry, kitty. My leg hurts. My feet hurt on that thing.
You know, I get where people are coming from, and I don't get where people are coming from at the same time. So, obviously, it's a different show. But, in reality, it's ran the exact same way. So, if you like what Triple H is doing in NXT and in WWE, you will like this indie wrestling. This is more indie wrestling than it is professional wrestling. The only reason it's better in WWE compared to NXT and AEW is because he has a precedent that he has to maintain, or people will stop watching. Like the older fans that like it, that are their bigger fan base. So you can't do stupid shit. He can only do semi-stupid shit.
Yeah.
Like if it was up to him, Johnny Gargano would be the face of their franchise. He would beat Roman in squash matches. That's Triple H's booking, his real booking.
Yep, it's true.
I mean, shit, he had Adam Cole as his champion in NXT. People still love that dude. He got stabbed with scissors. Look at that. He's getting prison shanked.
Oh, no, not the shanking. Vindicator's like, Megan Bain highlights make me smile.
Yeah, is that what her name is? I like her.
Yeah,
Nothing
Megan
wrong
Bain.
with her. Old Megan. Meg.
Vindicator says Swerve booking has been very mid for the most since he lost the title. That's a normal Tony Khan thing for you. He does not care about his past champions, by the way.
Does it with all of them.
The minute that they're a champion, he gives them garbage shit, and the minute they're not a champion, they literally fall off the face of the earth and are garbage to him. Seen it, he does it with all of them. I think the only one he hasn't really done a lot of that. Oh god, he's even going up against somebody who's even lamer. Jesus Christ. Is John Moxley. He hasn't been able to do that with him as much. Probably because Moxley probably tells him to go fuck off. Who knows?
A.R. Fox reminds me of Michael Jackson in 1984. In the Bad video.
It's an insult to Michael Jackson, dude.
No,
totally.
Have you never seen it? The Bad video? Where they tie their wrists together and they...
Yeah, I have. And I said it's still, yeah, totally an insult. Sophie says, we only know about the Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Mania, and SummerSlam. No news about pay-per-views after Mania and SummerSlam.
Yeah, you know, I would like to get the backlash.
What's the matter? You want to be on Dad's lap, but my lap is available.
I would like to get Backlash dates and Money in the Bank. Those are important to me.
All important. He's like, I am making a nest, sir. It's like, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to stare at Mom's lap. In hate and discontent.
Did you want to watch Christine tonight? I kind of want to watch it. I don't really want to watch the whole thing, though.
Okay.
There's just parts of that movie I like.
Okay. Whatever. Sure.
Cool. Do you like that movie? I just like how when he buys the car.
Right? He's such a goofy guy.
My brother bought that car. September 57. That's when you buy the new model year for the next year. It smelled like new car. It's the best smell in the world. Except for maybe pussy. Oh, man. know what I'm talking about?
Yes. And it's weird that you're saying it.
Hey.
Oh, look, that stupid guy's in the back. Yay.
Yay! WWE reject.
Oh, you decided you wanted to come back?
Yeah. I'm not comfortable.
Just because
There.
I put my arms under the blanket doesn't mean anything.
Now it's over.
God.
Oh! AR Fox just got taken down by a big old shoulder block. Swerve Strickland knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
Supposedly. And things
Look at that.
and whatnots.
That's how you do a fireman pickup right there, too. You learned that from fireman class.
Fireman class.
When you roll. You ever seen that?
Where you roll?
Yeah, so, like, if there's a body laying there, you go to their feet. Have you never seen this? And you somersault onto their body.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but when you're doing it, you grab their feet. So your head goes right there.
Mm-hmm.
And well, not their feet, but their legs.
Okay.
And then as your momentum's turning, then now you'll be basically sitting on their chest.
Mm-hmm.
But their legs will be right here.
Okay.
But you're still moving forward. And now you can pop up to a squat position, you lift them up, and now they're on your back.
Huh.
It's a fireman's carry type thing.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one. The one I saw was where they flip over their body, like taking their arm, and then it takes their body and rolls them onto their back.
Yeah, so
and their
like
arm
this.
is there, and then they're in a squatting position
Yeah.
because their momentum takes them to a squatting, and then they stand up and walk
Right.
off. That's the only one I've seen.
On like,
seen
and
that
then
one.
they have them over like an animal, like a dead animal fur, right?
What
So
the
their legs.
fuck?
Do you not know what a dead animal fur looks like? Like a scarf.
I guess. Sure. But it's on their back no matter what. Yours, theirs.
Well, the one I was talking about is definitely on your back, but the one you're talking about is more on your shoulders.
Actually, their whole body's laying down their back, but okay.
So they're going down, so that you just have their arms.
Yeah, so you lay right down, right next to them.
I'm talking about when you're standing up. Where's her feet?
Their feet are behind them, down their butt.
Oh.
Sophie says people do compare Tony Khan to Vince. Vindicator says the standard.
Vince? What the fuck? Seriously, Sophie. We've been saying he's Triple H this whole time.
Who are these people?
And now you're trying to say he's Vince. When Vince was in charge, people were saying that Tony was the greatest gift to wrestling ever and AEW was so great. Then Triple H comes, who books exactly the same nonsense as whatever his name is, Tony. Vince leaves, and now all of a sudden, Tony's Vince. Dear Lord. I'm lost. I don't get it.
Vindicator says the standards of that PG professional wrestling in that other place seems very low and dreadfully boring. Sophie says whenever CM Punk shows up on Raw, Tony Khan must get scared since he got threatened.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, that's probably pees his pants.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
time.
Tony Khan probably does get scared over little weird things. He's like a family.
Vindicator says they probably hope Penta will come in and shake that up a bit with his indie style of theatrics.
I don't
He's
mind
been there
the
twice.
I don't mind the theatrics, but I do mind the actual indie wrestling. Keep the indie wrestling out of it, but you can have all the fun stuff that goes with it. I like that stuff. I love the idea that you're not going to get paid a lot of money if you don't get crowds to like you.
Mm-hmm.
I that's what I really like about the indies, but I do not like the move, stop moving, let the crowd cheer, move, stop moving, let the crowd cheer, and so on and so on.
It's true. Happens a lot. Sophie says this year's Rumble, they haven't given you clues on who they want to win the Rumble. Hulk Hogan said the fans were booing Jimmy Hart when he was out there cutting a promo. That didn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. Jimmy Hart, the mouth of the South, nobody really liked him. I personally don't like him, but at the same time, I mean, it's Jimmy Hart, so he's a legend. It's kind of like in the future, I'll probably say, well, he's a legend, but I don't like him. Like Sammy, whatever his name is, the Fidel Castro.
Yeah, that guy. So he's like, I see it online about the Tony Khan Vince comparison.
Well, yeah, but you're talking about just how he won't release Phoenix or some shit. Oh, he's holding them hostage. Like Triple H would just let somebody go.
Right.
Hey, I want out.
Oh, you want to go somewhere else and make money? No.
Like right now, if Roman Reigns walked up to Triple H and said, I just want to leave, I want to go to AEW, you think Triple H would let him go? Or would he hold him hostage like Vince McMahon?
He would hold him hostage. He'd be like, no. Chris is like, yep, just saw another video right now about Britt Baker, how she is difficult to work with, and TK has had it with her and has not booked her on TV.
Yeah, it's probably is hard to work with. I mean, she did give up a career to be a wrestler for him to carry his company when it was first going. And now he's like, well, she's difficult to work with because she wants to win.
You know what's funny, Chris, is that all those people that have been on there that, like, made the company what it is
Are gone.
are, like, difficult to work with. It's so strange that that's his go-to excuse. Gosh, it starts making you question and wonder things.
Right.
Good God.
I'm 100% okay never watching AEW wrestling again in my life, by the way.
I know,
So
it's really sad because there's really nothing that I would miss. After 5 years of doing this, I wouldn't miss shit on this. Like, there's not one wrestler that I'd be like, oh gosh, I wonder what happened to that one. You know what I mean? Like,
there's a couple I would.
Like, there would have been, but they're not there anymore.
Right. Like, I like Anna Jay and I like Mariah May. I like this Harley Cameron.
Yeah, but they were in other places before and did fine.
Yeah.
So I don't really consider them coming to AEW like their big break in life.
Right. Oh, no. AR Fox just won.
No,
oh, no.
He didn't.
Swerve somehow got his shoulder up.
Swerve
he must
got
have
up.
intestinal fortitude in his lower intestine. Oh, God.
Oh, God, he forgot his guts were there. Oh, no. Anyways, because, like, of course everything is truth online, right?
Well, yes.
I mean, isn't it? Sophie says, do you think Penta would have gone to the WWE if Vince was still there?
No, Vince wouldn't have let him in. 100%. Not a chance. He's definitely not a guy Vince would have brought in. Too small, undersized, old. At the end of his career. He's probably in his 40s. If not, he's in his late 30s. So, yeah, no way Vince brings him in.
It's fucking great that Triple H is bringing in all these old people that will retire under WWE. He's like, well, this is a retirement community.
He takes care of it.
He's like, retirement community, everybody.
Swerve Strickland takes him out. But
Chris
no,
says,
there's no chance in the world. And by the way, I would have loved him there, especially with Rey Fenix. Like, when I first saw those guys start wrestling, those are my favorite matches in AEW history, are those early ladder matches that they had.
It's true.
With Santana and Ortiz and the Young Bucks.
Yeah, those were some good ones. Chris says, yeah, she was a pillar. Cody as well. Wardlow, Chris says.
Yeah.
People says it's fine. Moreover than not, people can only be happy at their job for a small amount of time. Vindicator says, LOL, never bring scissors to a pipe fight. What a dork.
Exactly.
Sophie says at least the WWE don't release people like every month like they did during the pandemic era. People say the creative vision of AEW went down after Cody left.
You know, it did. It did go down after Cody left, but it also went down after, others left. So
Chris says, yeah, what's funny is Cody, Kenny, Bucks all made AEW instead. They should have built up a company like Ring of Honor or TNA to be a big company. But they wasted money by making a whole new company.
Oh, you mean buy a company that was already established? I agree. Oh my God. Your rent's due, motherfucker. What show's that from? Coming to America.
Oh. Not the coming of America.
Not coming of America.
People says, same old song and dance. I'm with you. Can I leave too? Right, Picola. I mean, that's kind of what it's like. I mean, we're just sitting here we've talked about it like the last year. It's been a major discussion of us just not doing
but
AEW at all.
The kid in me is still very strong for wrestling because I grew up with this. And the second I say all that, then I see Will Hobbs and I get a little excitement. Like I can feel that there could be a spark.
Yeah.
You know, like this.
The excitement.
That right there turns me on. You know what I mean? Like gets me going. Let's get it going.
Yeah, get those guys. Oh no.
What the hell does he have? Oh, that
Somebody's knee brace.
Yeah, he took Hobbs' knee brace.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, they're in the Rocky Mountain.
What? No.
Oh no.
Sad. Sophie says Penta is 39. I looked that up.
Yeah, see, and why would Vince want to bring in somebody that's 39 years old, that's 5'7"?
Basically at their retirement age.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. It's like people are going, finally, WWE, because I don't think people do research, but you're seeing it everywhere, right? Well, if you're on Twitter or any of the socials, finally the next great luchador in WWE. Like, he's good. Not that he is, and he's bringing his past with him. It's that he's going to be. He's going to follow Rey Mysterio. He's 39. Rey Mysterio is still around, by the way.
He's 47.
If he's 47, then I'm 83. He has to be in his 50s, right?
I don't know. I'm just making up shit. Chris says, why does Ricochet think he's Andrew Tate now?
That's funny. I was like, who's Andrew Tate that I remember? He's that weirdo that has the brother. And the Tate brothers, and they have the school on how to pick up women or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Sophie says, if everything was so great in AEW, guys like Penta, Alexis King, Shawn Spears, and Ethan Page. Yeah. Samuel Gates is in the chat from earlier, says, I think the douchebag brothers return tonight as baby faces.
Oh, no. They do have their shoes, but that could happen.
Sophie says, Rey Mysterio is like, what, almost 50, right?
He's gotta be 50.
The Indicator says, I'm picking JH to defeat JH in round 2 tonight, as in Jamie Hayter over Julia Hart.
Ooh.
Sophie says, I meant to say in the past year, AEW lost talent to the WWE.
Yeah, but talent that they wouldn't have taken if Vince was there. Like Brian Pillman, what's he bring?
Vince wouldn't have taken him, and the fact that
Shawn Spears,
they
he
stopped
let go.
being relevant on AEW.
My thing is how do you bring in, like if I was talking to Triple H like right now on the phone, how the fuck do you bring in Shawn Spears when you already got rid of him, and then he goes to AEW and didn't recreate himself, he didn't make anything popular.
He stayed himself.
He didn't do shit. And then you bring him back like he's going to be the savior of your company or something?
Right.
No Shawn Spears. No Brian Pillman or whatever he is. Alexis
Nexus
King or Nexus or whatever he is.
Lexus King.
Yeah. And then, who else did she say?
Ethan Page.
I like Ethan. He's fun.
Ethan Page is fine, because he came over and decided to be an asshole. And he's in NXT, so it's fine.
Ethan Page is fine. He could even come up on the
And I know that
like
Lexus King and Shawn Spears are in NXT as well, but at least with Ethan Page, like...
He's legit.
He's, like, out there, like...
He's a talker. He's got size. He's got charisma. He's got some it factor. Those other people do not. And was there another one? Or is it just...
No, it was just a Penta, Lexus King, Shawn Spears.
And Penta, there again, it's just his age. I want him on WWE TV. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying Vince wouldn't have brought him in.
Yep.
Period. He wouldn't have brought in Brian Pillman. He definitely would have brought in Spears because he let Spears go.
Yeah.
Spears fought his way out.
I mean, he might have with Lexus King because of his name and his family.
He doesn't like his dad.
But, you know. And I mean, like, nostalgic-wise, not because he liked or didn't like his daddy.
Yeah, but he's still tiny.
Well, of course he is.
Brian Pillman was a Cincinnati Bengal. He's a football player. He was an athlete. He was, like, other-level athletics.
Right.
Where the son isn't. Brian Pillman Jr. is not. Well, we watched him.
Yes. Picola says big paydays, but he is like a Mexican Hardy. He'll jump ship when money talks.
Yeah.
Sophie says Ray is 50. Chris says,
There you
yeah, Brian Pillman Jr. is now Lexus King in NXT. Could be a star. Sophie says
No.
Ethan Page was also an Impact. Do you think Mike Santana could be next to jump to WWE? No. He has such an attitude problem. There's no way Santana would
I
go
do
to
not
WWE.
want to see Santana / or Ortiz in WWE unless it's Santana and Ortiz in WWE.
Right.
I don't want one or the other. I want both, and they have to be a tag team, and if they decide to split up, they have to leave.
So it says Vince would bring in Brian Pillman Jr., but let him use his real name. P. Cola says Sophie thinks people are extremely happy in the Fed. Right? In the Federation.
What's going to end up happening, and you're going to see it, is the roster's too big, and Triple H is going to want to bring up these 35-year-olds that he has in NXT that are ready to showcase their skills.
Right.
And then you're going to get people like your Roman Reigns and your Seth Rollins and your Drew McIntyres and obviously your CM Punks, your Miz's and Cody Rhodes. They're not going to be able to be champion if ever the people are champions. And it's going to cause a bunch of static. And there's MJF.
He's been out there talking.
Huh?
MJF's been out there talking.
Oh, did he? I didn't know.
He's been out there the whole time talking.
Did you talk about anything exciting? Because I didn't even know he was out there. Anyways, we got Adam Page. He should definitely start riding horses out to the ring again, because that was cool, and this shit that he does now is not. But I guess that was outside when they would do that before, right? Because they were in Florida at the, just outside of their football stadium. Tony Khan, or Shad Khan, his little arena there in Jacksonville. They're chanting cowboy shit. Cowboy shit! MJF just left.
You didn't want to be part of the cowboy shit?
No, he just left, like, up and left.
I wouldn't want to be part of that crap either.
And now Hangman's literally wrestling a nobody, as we call him.
Yeah, MJF kicked him out of the ring earlier.
The nobody?
Yeah. So he could talk.
It's over. He beat him with a clothesline, but not his buckshot lariat.
Wow.
Oh, now he's just beating the shit out of the kid. Uh-oh. Pedigree? Oh, no. Double underhook. Oh, God. I think the kid might have just really got hurt. He just, like, slammed him down on his face. It was like a pedigree / chicken wing. All right, somebody else is coming down. Oh, fuck. It's Christopher Daniels. That was all fart and no poop. Had cool music, though.
Aren't they supposed to be having a fight or something?
They did, I think, because he's got a neck brace on. All I ever wanted to do was be a friend to you. I just want to be your friend.
Is that what Christopher Daniels is saying?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Chris just wants to be his friends. His ego got in the way. He's apologizing. He's going to regret it for the rest of his life. Christopher Daniels can never wrestle again because of that buckshot lariat. Because of the previous injuries that he had and now that one.
Oh, I feel like there's a lot of lies coming out of his mouth.
You win, Adam. You won the last match that I'll ever wrestle, so this is goodbye. I'm sorry, and I hope you can be happy now. Kick his ass, Paige! Cowboy shit! I think he feels bad. Maybe he has a conscience under his cowboy. Get that camera out of my face! And he pushed the cameraman down.
Ooh.
And now we have a commercial about cars.
Not the cameraman pushing.
Yeah. Anyways, now I have nothing to talk about but car commercials.
Cool.
That car is pretty cool color. But it's about Chevys and electric cars, which are pretty silly. Do you have an electric car but live in an apartment complex? How do you charge your car? If you live in an apartment, how do you charge your car? Extension cord?
No, you can't. You have to have a special charging port. Like you have to have like a. You have to do it at your home too. So like if you own your own home or whatever, you have to have like a.
Well, I understand that, and they make you. It's code now. You have to. Whenever you build a garage or a shop, you have to put in the plug for an electric car. I know that. What I'm saying is what if you're an apartment?
Then you probably have to go to a thing down the street to charge your car because they probably don't have them in apartments.
And then what if you live in the north where it's cold because it dumps the battery 50%? Dear God, you may never make it to the store.
Electric car. It sounds like a horrible thing to have at this point.
Maybe buy a car with a normal engine. Or like an electric diesel or something. So when your battery goes low, the compressor starts up and charges it?
Right.
That'd be cool. Like a choo-choo train. Well, I think that's how choo-choo trains work.
Isn't that what alternators do?
Well, yeah, but an alternator runs on the combustion from the engine. I'm talking about like a generator in the back.
Oh. How heavy are these generators that you're putting in these?
I don't know. Trains use them, is what I'm saying.
Trains are pretty heavy.
Yeah, they probably weigh more than a couple 100 pounds, a train engine. They're probably upwards over like 800 pounds.
Right.
You know those big yellow ones that say Union Pacific on the side?
Yes.
They easily weigh 800 pounds.
They do.
Oh, easy.
Good to know. Glad you know it.
That's, probably on the lighter side. They may even weigh more than 800 pounds. Hooah! New episodes Friday at 10. If you like Bill Maher, tune in to HBO Max.
I think you can only watch it on HBO Max, though.
It used to be on TV. I forgot. You know what I was going to say when the commercial was on?
What?
Is I thought he only was on HBO.
We are watching.
I'm watching HBO. Anyways, now there's not even a commercial. It just says, we'll be back after an ad break. They just gave up. They're like, we don't have any more ads. We don't want to repeat the same ad, so we're just going to show you a blue screen and just say in white that we'll be back after this ad. Boom! Shakalaka. Max. For the whole universe. Ah, back to wrestling. All right, so earlier tonight, they're showing us what happened. They like that rehash trash, so they're going to WWE style. Grand Slam in Australia, it's happening. Kyle Fletcher in his hometown with Takeshita going up against Ospreay and Omega, the double O's. Or you could just call them the Ooh. And we have new tag team champions, the Hurt Syndicate. Oh, Jesus. And now we have the Quitter. If she didn't have a pretty face, what would she have? That's right, 4 belts. She's the This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, that's kind of embarrassing. Some of those belts that she has on her shoulders. Embarrassment. I'm a global champion now.
Ew.
I have so many belts that they just drip off of me.
She's so gross.
She's like, I have that Ric Flair drip. Look at my earrings.
She has gonorrhea.
Hey, look! Oh, you need to put your thing in. Hurry.
Why? Oh. Because Harley Cameron's
Hey,
singing.
she's wrestler in Australia. If you hurry. You might know me as the woman backstage with the women with the tipping point. Are you listening?
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel the wrath. I'll make you pay.
She is a singer, by the way.
Sounds like it.
You're not one of them. She's the girl in the back with the tipping point.
Yeah. It's funny.
She said no. She's singing it. She's Charlotte in the back. The money train. That was great. Sasha's singing it as she's walking away. Oh, shit. Oh, no, we got Jamie Hayter. I guess the real Jamie Hayter was murdered.
What?
And this one is the replacement, the hippie.
Who said that?
Mariah May.
Oh, God.
In a text. I think it was her. It could have been Julia Hart, I think. But it was like she was murdered and left in England. After All In or whatever. Yeah, injured last year at the All In. She was murdered. She came back as a red-headed hippie.
Let's see.
Julia Hart.
Sophie had said, I'm surprised Penta was okay coming to the WWE without his brother. Vindicator says it feels like Maxwell act has gotten a bit tired now. He'd fit in better in that other place. You're stuck with him for a long time, Vin. He signed a really long contract. Piccolo says, is Hangman being a douche tonight?
Yeah, a little bit. Although he did get scolded by a guy. Made him feel bad.
Chris says, this is a legend, the newest prospect in the game. Piccolo says, thought he was dead. No, there's station in a couple mile radius. It's like a DeLorean needs 1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah.
Sophie says, High Potential got picked up for a season 2. High Potential is like the second or third new show that already got picked up for a new season.
I saw that one did. That Dr. whatever. That funny one. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Guinness or whatever.
It's a medical thing.
Uh-huh.
It's like a
Julia Hart.
hospital name or something. Chris says more like syphilis. And Chris also says Harley with the Joe Hendry act with the guitar.
Oh my
Chris
gosh.
says Julia versus Julia Gulia. And Piccolo says, anyone watching the Puppy Bowl?
During the Super Bowl or right now?
There's a Puppy Bowl right now?
But no, I'll probably watch whatever halftime show they make us watch. So I can critique it and talk about how stupid
Who
it
is
is.
playing the halftime?
I don't know. Probably somebody of non-worth. Like Usher or something.
Ew. I'm surprised
Maybe
Sophie
it's
hasn't.
Usher and...
Maybe Sophie's already told us and I just didn't really pay attention.
To be honest, I don't even care.
Why I didn't pay attention?
I'm trying to think who I would even want to see at the Super Bowl halftime show. Nope, got nothing.
The ones I want to see are all dead.
They can do Taylor Swift because her boyfriend will be playing in it. If the refs have anything to say about it. The NFL's like, dude, you guys gotta fucking change your ways. Like, seriously. Like, people are onto us. Like, back off.
When you have your NFL commentator people making like major comments about it, you might want to like take a look at some shit.
Well, and then the face of your company for fucking 2 decades is out now talking about it. Tom Brady, he's like, look, the defense has to create a collision to loosen the ball for turnover.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's the offensive players' responsibility to protect themselves, right?
Yep.
You have to protect yourself. Well, you're saying that the defensive player is putting the offensive player at risk. There's more offensive quarterback runs, designed runs for quarterbacks right now than ever.
True.
So who's not protecting their quarterback? If you're drawing up plays for your quarterback to run, it's your fault.
Well, not just that.
I feel like anything in the pocket should be, they can police that. I get that. But
right.
Once they go outside of the tackles, just like intentional grounding, you're free game.
Mm-hmm.
That should be the rules. And it's just like intentional grounding, you know, like if you're outside the tackle box, you can throw the ball away. If you're inside the tackle box, you cannot, unless you just overthrow it, because you can always overthrow.
Well, it's just the other thing of it is like he's the only quarterback that this stuff like you have 31 other quarterbacks that don't get calls like he gets. Like, right. He intentionally gets these. He does it to get calls.
Yes.
He's the only quarterback that does. Mm-hmm. And it's like, dude, that's gross. Like, I'd be embarrassed to be a fan of that team. Like,
our neighbor has a big flag up in their window. Have you seen it? Big Kansas City Chiefs flag.
Down at the end of the street.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Patrick's still around.
But, yeah. I guess Chris says, damn, they both so hot. And Piccolo's like, oh no, not tonight. What? No, not tonight. Are you talking about the Puppy Bowl? I'd rather watch the Puppy Bowl.
I want to watch a Puppy Bowl. My neighbors have a puppy, and it's cute as fuck. But it could be an old dog, but it looks like a puppy, and it's cute as fuck. Its legs are like that long. They had it tied to a statue.
Yeah, make them pay for it.
Yeah. It's like me in high school. Trying to put 100,000 miles on my car. I drive 1,000 miles a week. We're getting there. I'll be 50,000 by the end of the year.
Why would you want to do that? Like on purpose?
No, I didn't think about it. I just drove around and drove 1,000 miles away.
Piccolo says, me too.
Me too. He's the only one that is on the reality show.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. The wildest unscripted show ever scripted.
That's funny.
I still think that one about gays would be even funnier. You have 30 dudes in a house. All of them straight. But the premise of the show is that you have to pretend to be gay, right? And not be found. And then the premise of the game is to find the person that's straight. So everybody has to act gay the whole time. Because if they find out you're not straight, then you're voted off and then it's over. But they're all straight.
Right.
That shit would be hilarious. Like, just a bunch of straight heterosexual dudes being as gay as you could be. Like, cause you know, like, obviously they're not going to be hitting on each other, but you'd make them go to gay clubs. Right? Like, the stuff that you would do would just be hilarious. Is that bad? Is that a bad show?
What? No.
I just told you the whole premise.
No, it's just putting food in my face. Sorry.
I know. I'm just saying. That'd be funny as shit. Like, how would that be a bad show? I mean, it might be offensive. But at the same time, it's not offensive because it would just be funny.
Right.
I think she just landed on her shoulder.
Ooh,
Well,
not
the first
hard
one
on the
she
shoulder.
really did. The second one, not so.
He goes like Joe Schmo. And then he says, there's a show, if you ever heard of the concept, a jury duty is being followed, and everyone is actors except the one guy.
Oh, yeah, see? Something like that. Or, how about this? Oh my god, this is going to sound even terribler. 1, 2... Nope, Julia kicks out. What about a guy that thinks he goes under, like what's the Tropic Thunder, right? So he thinks he goes under procedure to be black, right? But you wouldn't really do that, right? So you would say, look, we're going to say that one of you went under, you know, like surgery to be black.
Okay.
And then the premise of the game would be to find that. But you're in the house with a bunch of black men, right? But they know, like they're all actors.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to pretend to be black the whole time, or else you'll get voted off. You have to find the... He wake up like at 3 o'clock in the morning doing his makeup and shit. That would be fucking funny as shit. Or am I just having my own fun over here?
What? Why would he wear makeup?
It's to be black.
So he knows that he's not?
Of course he knows he's not. But nobody else in the house, although they're all actors, they all know it's obvious that he's the white guy. Looking like Dan Aykroyd on Coming to America or whatever. Changing places. But you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it'd just be hilarious, like, obvious that it's him. But, like, all the other ones are paid actors, right? The people. And they're all black. And they're all, like... But you could do, like... I don't know.
I don't know how that one would work, because he knows he's the white guy.
That's the point. And so you have
but
to
they know
fight
he's
off...
the white guy, because his makeup would be terrible.
That's the point, but you wouldn't. Like, so they would vote off people. Like, you're the white guy. And then after they get voted off,
Julia lost.
They're like, I'm black. And they're like, oh, the show continues. And they just vote off everybody. So there's like 2 left. And it's him and then they're black. Oh, shit. Sorry, my brain is just rolling with ideas of...
That one's kind of dumb. The gay one I get, but that one I just don't know how you would do it.
You ever seen White Chicks? Same premise. Or what's that, the Sorority Boys? Have you ever seen that? I forgot about that show. I should watch that one tonight. You ever seen Sorority Boys?
No.
Tempted murder.
Tempted murder. Manigator says, just as I called it Hater with the win, now it forces a rubber match, probably on Collision or a pay-per-view. Right. He goes, like, we're brainstorming here. They need an incentive.
Two big men next day. That mean that Black's gone?
I don't know.
You're still a tough bitch. Oh,
Vindicator says, Travis, do you think Julia Hart is superior to Liv Morgan or vice versa?
They're probably on par. Yeah, I don't think one's superior to the other one. But I also don't think Julia's superior to Liv. Hard to find.
I should have brought more food. Robbie says, what the dilly, yo? And Pico's like, hey, Robbie.
Look at that guy. Looks like an orc. That's who I'm going to be during Dungeons & Dragons. Just kidding, I'm not going to be an orc.
No, what'd you decide then? Nothing. No. I don't want to.
You have to. You have to be a fighter.
I don't.
Because I'm going to be a wizard. I already switched mine.
I don't want to.
I told Lauren that I'm the wizard. So you have to be some sort of fighter.
I don't think I want to do any of
Tony's super excited. He texted me today.
That's good.
Said I'm excited to come over and
play on a computer. Fucking gay.
But yeah, but it'll be the three of us together.
Fucking gay.
There's no gay now.
That's so gay. Pico says, hey, Robbie, and Robbie says, yo, Cola, what you saying? And then Robbie says, do you, Travis, what you telling me? I don't know, that you decided that you didn't want to be online tonight?
I can't make it another 15 minutes. Or whatever it's going to be.
Can't go over there. Dad has to leave. And he's slow at getting ready to go.
What the heck? I have to unplug stuff. I just muscle my way through. What do you want?
I don't know.
I thought you were handing it to me twice.
There's some orange goop on there that I don't want. People's like some ideas for a reality TV show. Right? Yeah, Picola and Travis have been talking about those. A Vindicator says, seems like Julia's a bit smoother in the ring, though, and Liv just has a more fiery personality. Sure, Vin, you keep telling yourself that.
Alright, what kind of food do you want?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think what we have.
You want some chips?
Maybe some of those sour cream and cheddar chips and some cheese, spray cheese. Vindicator says Hater is definitely superior to half of their women roster, though. And Pickle is like, I finished eating and just in time for the main event. Yeah, just in time for the main event. Whatever the main event is. I don't know what the main event is. What is the main event?
I think the real question is, where are those chips at?
They're in there. They're probably in the basket.
And what are they called?
They're the sour cream and cheddar ruffles.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought that was the normal chips.
No, I got rid of those. Those were like 3 months old. Did you bring my plate back?
No.
Oh, can you bring my plate
it.
and a napkin? I just said that there was orange pieces on it. I just figured I could put the chips on it, so I didn't have to have them out of the bag.
Yeah, so to make the noise.
Ooh, makes way. Swerve against that Rickapoo guy. Vindicator's like, Coop versus Six Pack. Oh, good. That's a great main event. I'm so glad I stuck around.
Why do they have main events that make no sense?
And didn't do something in the bathroom to make myself not come back. Ever.
Like razor blades and...
Yeah, because they're in there. Basically.
Or push-ups.
And then do push-ups.
Supposedly it makes you...
Thank you. It's on my lap. I'm very excited about you being here.
He looks very excited about being alive.
Not really. Looks kind of angry.
He's probably upset that I moved him. Oh, look, House of Black stuff.
Yeah, but it's just Buddy and...
Yeah, because Homeboy's gone.
Is he having another mental breakdown?
Yeah, Black Heart.
Malachi.
Oh, did you see something alive over here?
It like flew over there like his pants on fire.
Oh, look, it's Cope.
What a weirdo.
The rated R superstar, Cope.
Who decides they're like, you know, I think I'm going to go by my last name, but I'm going to nickname it with Cope. What a freak. What is
The
that?
rated R superstar, Cope. This is people's, like, hero, by the way. Like, people really liked this guy. I'm not just making that up. No, I don't know about now, but they did.
Google says they had something where it was a cooking competition and one's a mole who obviously is a Michelin star chef. And the rest of them were just like home cooking people, like cooking their own homes kind of stuff.
That is so funny. I've never heard that phrase used before, but I know where it originates from. But I've never actually heard it.
Michelin star chef?
Mm-hmm. And so... that is absolute nuts in my head that I've never heard it before, but I do know what it is. Hmm? It was a ploy to sell tires. So they came out with a book with all the restaurants, and they gave them all ratings. Michelin did, so they could sell tires. And not once, even in their books, did they advertise tires.
That's funny.
But that's where that comes from. That Michelin star. And it was like you get that book and you would go on road trips to those places. And what do you do when you're on the road? You buy tires.
Hopefully you bought it before you went on your road trip.
Right?
Robbie says, I was watching the Champions League football 8 p.m. UK time. Saw Man City bottle a 2-0 lead to lose 4-2 to PSG. That's terrible, dude. Sounds like a bad night. Vindicator says, I knew they'd give Cope at least 15 to 20 minutes to knock off some more ring dust rust. Yeah, that. And then he says, as far as old guys go, Cope is more important to Khan than Jarrett. So Khan will always put him in the best positions to succeed until he is no longer useful to Khan's bottom line.
Right? What is that fire? That's like in the city.
He really likes geriatric people.
Guess that's a suicide? Thanks for showing me. That's what I wanted to see.
Yeah, his mission is to win the fight. It's going very well for him so far. They're cuddling a lot.
Right?
I mean, like, just cuddling all over the place. It's so exciting that people in the audience are yawning.
Right? That's like me.
It's so exciting that Sockface doesn't even know what to say.
All right,
because
well,
there's
I'll call
so
it
much
instead
action
of
not
Sockface,
happening.
Since you're calling all the action that's not happening. I was watching this guy. He's just in a car, like he jumped off of a roof head first, and he's in the windshield of a car.
Well,
see?
You gotta do what you gotta do to get attention, I guess.
Pretty sure he's dead.
Probably.
Anyways, so what we've got here is a test of strength, a good old-fashioned test of strength. Copeland does a leg sweep right there, lays down on top of him. Pat kicks out immediately. Now they're staring at each other. Look at this. This is some indie wrestling love. Pac is tiny. This is a Triple H fucking cum dream, whatever those are called. Wet dream. Poke him in the eye. Come on, Cope. Probably decommitted my tongue about him.
Piccola says he wanted to mention a podcast that I'm halfway through with Scottie Pippen. What's this podcast about?
Nice.
What's old Mr. Pippen got to say?
I'm not even a remote fan of Scottie Pippen, but I do like to hear.
Well, you're gonna hate him even more now. He really wants to have nothing to do with Michael Jordan anymore.
Well, yeah, because Jordan's son's fucking his wife. Pretty funny, actually.
Go Michael Jordan's kid.
Mm.
Give it to that cougar. So, ex-wife or like actual
Yeah,
wife?
no, it's ex.
Oh, it's an ex? That's not... Oh, what?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're exes because of it, though.
Ooh, that's even better.
Right. To be honest, I don't care about that part. It was funny listening to him, though, because he was talking about if he would have got drafted... Well, when he did get drafted or whatever, it was by the...
Did he claim that he could win as many championships without MJ?
Yes.
That's what Piccola just popped in there.
Oh, my God.
What a loser. There's no fucking way.
He's so delusional. Now, I get it that the Hawks were very good. Like, they had a really good team. I absolutely love Dominic Wilkins. But they played the same position. Dominic and him. And it's not a position that you can go, okay, well, one of them can play the 2 and the other one can play the 4, one can play the 4 or the 2. No, they're both really good small forwards. Like, that's the one position you can't change around a lot.
Right.
If you have 2 good guards, you can put one at the 3 and one at the 2. But where they're both so big, And so you'd have to put Dominic at the freaking... at the 2, which would be a detriment on defense because he wouldn't be as fast as the 2s on the other team. And if you try to put Pippen at the 2, Jesus Christ, he's 6'9", he's better off at the power forward position, but he didn't have the size, so he'd be outmatched. He wouldn't be able to beat Karl Malone in the Jazz or any, like those types of teams. Anyways, it was a pretty good team, though. But Pippen wouldn't have fit in there as well. But he thinking he win in fucking 6 championships. Oh, I'd have got my 6. That's what he said. Would ya? And then Jordan would have still got his in that same time period in 8 years.
Good luck.
Let's see how that works out.
That would have been hilarious.
I would have still got my 6.
He's like, I live in a weird time frame.
Mm-hmm. He just playing it on the game.
He stole my championship from me.
Well, they were on the same team, so it's fine. He won his 6. He just got him through Michael. But he thinking he could do it without Michael. You ever heard that?
Our team was so much better without him, as they didn't win championships.
Yeah, the 2 years Michael wasn't there. Ringless.
Even I know that much. That's pretty funny. Fucking moron. What a baby.
Even when he went to Portland, that team was pretty damn good with him. After the Bulls had broken up. He still had a couple good years left.
Yeah.
And so he went to Portland, and they were pretty good, but they still weren't good enough. They didn't win a championship. And at that point, it's like, why wouldn't you join a team to win a championship? You know, I mean, if you wanted to say, hey, look, I can do it on my own, you would still want a platform to do it on, right? Like, you wouldn't want to, like, all right, I'm going to go to a rebuilding team and be the star and do it by myself. I think he was just sick of people saying, well, Jordan won championships. And he's like, well, I was on that team, too. I was like, yeah, it was a team. And so was Dennis Rodman. You know, like...
You don't hear him crying about it.
Dennis don't give a fuck. He probably forgot he played basketball at one point.
You still don't hear him crying about it.
Oh, no, not at all.
I could have won championships without Michael Jordan. I was on the team too, you bastards. Dennis, whether he remembers or not, he's still ain't crying about it.
Dennis Rodman would just be like, I'm going to go play for the Lakers. Shaq's like, that dude would show up a half hour late, get in his uniform, play in the game, get 20 rebounds, get dressed and leave. No shower, nothing. And then you would see him with the hottest women in fucking Hollywood at the club. Without shower and nothing after a game. Like, that's just how he lived. That's his whole life. Like, he just didn't... He was going to the club.
Mm-hmm.
That dude would be flying to freaking North Korea and shit. Like, how many people fly to North Korea? Like, you don't even think of it. Like, how the fuck do you get to North Korea? Like, I'm pretty sure there's not a flight out of LAX to North Korea, right? Like,
no.
And so he got to be flying into, like, China and then over, like, I got to layover and then I got to fly into North Korea. Oh, but then I got to go hang out with their freaking emperor or whatever the fuck he is, Kim Jong-un or whatever.
Thing is, it's like, I guess there might be some places pretty close to there that would have major, or at least mediocre,
like China.
plane places,
Yeah.
airports.
Oh, there's airports all over. I mean, Japan's right there. But I don't know if they fly to North Korea.
Doubtful.
But China would.
Right.
And but anyway, so I'm pretty sure that's how you get there. You'd fly to China and then over. But I mean, he was a guest in the freaking whatever you call it, the kingdom, whatever the hell it is. I do walking around castles and shit if they have castles. Emperor dude, or whatever his name is, that Kim Jong-un or whatever.
Yeah, I'm surprised they
Loved
didn't.
him.
I'm surprised they didn't get him to be in that movie.
That doesn't make any sense. That movie was a bad movie for him. For Kim Jong-un or whatever. That shit's hilarious, though. What was that show called? The Dictator or something?
The interview,
Yeah, the interview.
or something like that.
Shit's funny.
Robbie says, D, that's a cool color shirt. I think you found your color. So Michael Jordan is not a very nice person. Probably is an asshole. I don't really care what he does. I just think it's funny that his son fucked one of his teammates' wives when they were married, who's probably way older than him. And then she divorced her said person and got with him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're still together. I think she's with
That's
him.
fucking hilarious. And then you literally make a podcast to complain about your life and whine and cry that
You had opportunities.
Sure, buddy.
And you couldn't get it done.
I was on the team too. Good God. Hopefully he has more to say than that, because that's fucking lame.
Oh, I'm sure he talked.
If his whole podcast is just that, he needs help. Like a lot of it.
Oh, missile drop kick.
Piccolo says Rodman has the utmost respect for his former teammates.
Oh, I'm sure.
I would imagine he would.
Be crazy. That dude be wearing like lingerie and wedding dresses to games and shit. Like, he all sorts of mentally ill. But he okay. can't cope. Poor Pac. Can you imagine being an
Flapjack
absolute legend, right? Like, this is the equivalent of John Cena, right? Edge was there. He was that. They're around the same level.
Okay.
If he wasn't bigger than Cena, he might have been bigger than Cena. Now Cena's bigger than him now, but then,
Right.
you know. And you're going fucking 25 minutes, 30 minutes with Pac, with Neville.
And that's what you came back for? This is what you came back from being broken off of wrestling for?
I'm just saying, like, that is absolutely mind-boggling.
Robbie's like, 20 rebounds, not a good look. Piccolo says, I can still remember how humble the Worm was when he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, he don't care about that stuff, though. I think he played basketball so he could make money. Honestly, I think he actually looked at it, and not like, how much money can I make? It's just like,
It's an investment.
I need a job.
In himself.
Yeah.
And I'm good at this. And you know what? And it doesn't matter. I can really be weird, and I still will have my job. Because I'm good at what I fucking do.
Well, Bill Laimbeer taught him how to play. See, so Bill Laimbeer, so he was drafted to the Pistons, and he was on the Bad Boy Pistons when they won their 2 championships. And so he's got 5 rings because he wasn't on the first 3 rings of the Bulls. He might have more rings than that, but with the Bulls and the Pistons. But anyways, he was on the Pistons teams that were dominating the Bulls. So it makes sense that Jordan would want him because of, you know, he was on that team.
Right.
But anyways, Bill Laimbeer was their he was their 5 or 4, their post player, right? And so when Rodman got there, obviously they're teammates, and so Bill Laimbeer, instead of beating him up like he did everybody else, he took him under his wing and he said, this is how you do it. He was a former volleyball player. He's like, if you try to jump with all these athletes in the NBA and try to grab a basketball, somebody's faster, bigger, and stronger that can jump higher than you.
Right.
Period. There's somebody on each team that's a better athlete than you. So you cannot just jump up and catch a basketball. You have to tip it. So you just, the first attempt, you tip it up in the air when there's a bunch of people. Tip it up and then jump again because they're not expecting a double jump. So, but you are. So you don't use all your force on the first jump. You just tip and then up and then you bring it down.
Right.
And then anyways, Rodman took that to heart and that's all he practiced. So if you ever watch Rodman, he can't shoot a free throw. He can't shoot a basketball. He can't dribble a basketball. But that motherfucker can rebound like no one else. And that's what he did. He just rebounded. He was like, well, if I make my living out of just rebounding, I should get a contract. And he did. He played it all over the place. Won championships. And everybody wanted him because he could rebound. Oh, and play defense, obviously. Not the leg scissor. I heard that they're gone. They're done. They don't exist anymore.
The scissors?
Scissor me daddy. Yeah, it's over. The Acclaimed is no more. Listen.
Like they broke them up or they just disappeared?
Yeah, they broke up.
Oh. Vindicator had said, nah, this match has been okay for a regular TV event, so I don't mind. And Piccolo says, I hate that guy. Laimbeer was a bully.
Oh, I loved it. That was literally, you know, I was a huge Laker fan. I have pictures of me in all Laker gear in the 80s. Absolutely loved the Lakers. I wasn't the Celtics guy, I was the Lakers guy. But when those bad boy Pistons were playing, they were so good and so fun to watch with Isaiah and Dumars and Sally and just the whole team. And they were violently brutal. Like Jordan would go in to make a layup and they would physically assault him. Like wrestling, like double axe handles. Like when he'd be in the air, Laimbeer would literally just hit him with both hands in the chest and try to knock him over on his back in the crowd. Like he didn't give a fuck. And that was just how basketball was played. And Jordan, did he complain about it and make the rules get changed?
Nope.
No. You know what he did?
Just played better.
No. He went and he said, look, if I am going to ever beat these guys, I have to get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
I have to.
So I think it got better.
I have to beat them at their game. I can't play my game against them. I have to play their game against them, so I have to get stronger. And so he spent his summers in the weight room, and he became Michael Jordan. He would have never become Michael Jordan without the Detroit Pistons.
Without bullies?
The ones we know, yeah. The bullies developed his character, or amplified his character.
Right.
Because he didn't like to lose, and he still doesn't.
So Vindicator said, but I know the ending will be Cope getting attacked by Moxley. So with that, I'll bid you guys farewell and hope I can cope with you again this upcoming week. Vindicator says, stay warm and classy, Gabville, Idaho, and other parts unknown until next time. Thanks for hanging out with us, Vindicator. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll see you next week. Have a good rest of your week this week. A good weekend and a good start to the next. Piccolo loves how Sting is in the front row.
I sell that all night, too, right there.
Also says, see a Vindicator. Robbie says, there has got to be players that don't care to watch b-ball and only play it.
Oh, I'm sure. Basketball's a hard watch. I bet you there's a shit ton. I know there's coaches that don't even watch games, which is weird to me. How do you coach but not know what the hell the other team's doing? It's like, well, I watch game film. I just don't watch games.
Vindicator waving goodbye. And people says, funny, how did John Sally get movie roles? Do you remember him in Bad Boys?
John Sally? Yes. He was... he had these big old glasses. They were like pop bottle thick.
Mm.
He was like some computer whiz. Martin's trying to fight him. John Sally's like 6'7", and Martin's like 5'4" or something.
That's funny.
You better sit your big ass down. Oh shit, what's happening in the back? There's just dead bodies everywhere. Who's this fucking nerd? Some old... Oh, it's the Rock and Roll Express. Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, Marie Shafir. This is legends everywhere.
I don't know who the other people were, though.
It's the FTR.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well,
he has no help.
So now he has no help. And he's going to be attacked. But he did win, right?
Yeah.
So he won, and now he's getting attacked. So he didn't get attacked before.
Jeff Jarrett going to come out and help?
Ooh. Yeah. Anyways, people had said MJ villain or origin story, right? And Robbie says, it's same in football. And then Piccolo says, true, Martin was indeed tiny.
That's such a great part, though. You better sit your big ass down. Not Cope. Not a rabbit punch.
Robbie says, Will Smith, is he a credible actor these days?
He does okay. I'm sure if they have a good role for him, it would work. Is it his wife? Oh, it's Jay White. He's alright. But he's coming out by himself. Oh, shit. He pulled the switchblade.
Piccolo says these Rock and Roll Express guys have to stay away from the arena, LOL.
I mean, seriously. Last time they were on AEW TV, they got freaking driven through tables. By the way, my favorite tag team of all time. And as an adult, I wouldn't like them. Yeah. If, like, they were... Like, if I was an adult in the 80s, I would have hated them. So I understand the value of liking other wrestlers, because when you're a kid, you might.
Right.
So I don't want to bash on everybody's favorite.
I do, because they're losers.
Robert Gibson.
K-Fab great again.
Yes.
It's a person's sign in the back.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
Choke him out!
Oh, no, he's spitting. Oh, gee. Gross.
At least Moxley has his ladies' pants on.
Right. Richard says, I'm just glad to see Ricky and Robbie are getting another payday.
He said he'll break it.
People laugh at me when I cheer for chicken. Bok bok. Oh no! They totally got that guy. Killed him.
Dead.
It was terrible.
They left him. They didn't care to finish the job.
Nope.
They should have done.
Ran away.
They should have done a concerto.
Oh no!
I forgot Pac was in that group. I'm like, why are they even interested?
He's the trios winners. They never had a trios match that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's the end of AEW Dynamite tonight. We're going to be back again on Friday for WWE SmackDown. Please, if you can, join us then for a 3-hour show of gloriousness. And just as a warning, if nobody is in here, I will be leaving.
Because it is a Friday.
Because it is Friday and it's boring as fuck.
So don't do her a favor and not show up on purpose either.
Yeah.
But we'd like you to be here.
Anyways, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate you guys. You guys take care. All the people in the South, hopefully your snow melts and you guys get back to normal living and everything. Because I know it can be pretty caca and something you guys aren't used to. So it can be pretty scary out there. So be safe. Make good choices. We'll see you guys on Friday.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab.